There's a quiet shift happening in the global economy. It doesn't look like a crisis. There are no sirens, no market crashes, no sudden collapse. In fact, on the surface, everything looks fine. Companies are reporting strong earnings. Stock markets are holding steady. Executives are talking about efficiency, productivity, and innovation. But beneath that language, something else is happening. Jobs are disappearing. Not loudly, not all at once, but consistently, systematically, quietly. We've been told a familiar story about automation, that it replaces repetitive work, that it creates new opportunities. That technology always leads to more jobs in the long run, and historically, that has been true. The Industrial Revolution displaced manual labor, but created factories. Computers replaced clerical work, but created entire industries. Each wave of technology destroyed jobs, but eventually created more than it removed. That's the narrative. But this time, something feels different. Because artificial intelligence is not just replacing tasks, it's replacing thinking. In 2025 and into 2020, companies across industries began integrating AI at scale. Not as an experiment, not as a side tool, as infrastructure. Customer support systems powered by AI chatbots, marketing content generated in seconds, code written by machine learning models, data analysis automated instantly. What used to take teams now takes software, and the impact is measurable. In multiple reports across 2025, large corporations openly acknowledged using AI to reduce operational costs. Some framed it as streamlining, others called it efficiency gains. But behind those words were fewer employees. Major tech firms cut thousands of roles while simultaneously increasing investment in AI. Media companies reduced editorial staff while expanding AI-generated content workflows. Customer service departments shrank as automated systems handled more interactions. The pattern was consistent. Revenue stayed stable or increased. Headcount decreased. This is not a coincidence. It is a transition. A 2025 report from the World Economic Forum estimated that 44% of workers' skills will be disrupted by AI within a few years. Another projection suggested that millions of jobs globally could be displaced, particularly in roles involving routine cognitive work. Not manual labor, not factory jobs, cognitive work. That changes everything. Because for the first time, the jobs at risk are not just physical, they are intellectual. Writers, designers, analysts, customer support agents, junior developers, roles that once required education, training, experience, now facing competition from algorithms. And companies are not ignoring this, they are accelerating it. Executives speak carefully. They don't say, "We are replacing workers." They say, "We are leveraging AI to enhance productivity. We are optimizing our workforce. We are becoming more efficient." But the outcome is the same. Fewer people, more output. And from a business perspective, that is the goal. Because labor is expensive. Salaries, benefits, training, turnover. Humans are unpredictable. They get sick, they quit, they negotiate. AI does none of that. It works continuously, scales instantly, and improves over time. From a balance sheet perspective, the incentive is obvious. Replace variable human costs with scalable technological infrastructure. And that is exactly what is happening. But here's where the story becomes darker. Because companies are not just replacing jobs, they are doing it quietly. Layoffs are often framed as restructuring. Hiring freezes go unnoticed. Roles are not refilled after employees leave. Work is redistributed and increasingly automated. This creates an illusion that nothing dramatic is happening. No mass unemployment headlines, no sudden spikes. But beneath the surface, the structure is shifting. Entry-level roles are disappearing first because they are the easiest to automate. Tasks that follow patterns, processes that can be learned, decisions that can be predicted. These roles have always been stepping stones, the beginning of careers, the way people gain experience. But if the first step disappears, what happens to the path? If companies no longer need junior analysts, how do senior analysts get trained? If customer support is automated, Where do future managers come from? AI is not just replacing jobs, it is removing ladders. And without ladders, upward mobility slows. At the same time, companies are demanding more from fewer employees. Remaining workers are expected to use AI tools, increase productivity, handle larger workloads. This creates a new kind of pressure, not just job loss, but job transformation. You are no longer competing with other people. You are competing with software, and software doesn't negotiate. The gap between high-skill and low-skill workers begins to widen, because those who can leverage AI become more valuable. Those who cannot become replaceable. This accelerates inequality, not just in income, but in opportunity. And while this is happening, companies are becoming more profitable, because reducing labor costs while maintaining output increases margins. This is visible in financial reports. Across multiple industries, companies have reported higher productivity per employee, lower operational costs, improved profitability. AI is not just a tool. It is a margin expansion strategy, and shareholders reward that. Stock prices respond to efficiency, not employment. This creates a feedback loop. Companies adopt AI, reduce costs, increase profits, attract investment, accelerate adoption. The system reinforces itself. And within that system, labor becomes optional. Not entirely, but increasingly. The question is not whether AI will replace jobs. It already is. The real question is, how fast? And the answer is faster than companies admit. Because publicly, companies must balance perception. They cannot appear to be eliminating jobs recklessly. They cannot trigger fear. They cannot damage their brand. So the narrative stays controlled. Careful, optimistic, but actions reveal reality. Hiring slows. Automation expands. Roles disappear quietly. This is not a future scenario, it is a present shift. Some economists argue that new jobs will emerge, that AI will create industries we cannot yet see, and that may be true. But there is a gap between the jobs that disappear and the jobs that appear. And during that gap, people are displaced. Historically, transitions took decades. This one is happening in years. That speed matters, because systems built for gradual change struggle with rapid disruption. Education systems lag behind. Policies take time. Workers need retraining. But AI does not wait. It improves continuously. Every update, every model, every iteration becomes more capable, more accurate, more efficient, more integrated. And each improvement reduces the need for human input. This is not about replacing entire jobs instantly. It's about replacing parts of jobs. And when enough parts are replaced, the whole job disappears. This is called task erosion. A role doesn't vanish overnight. It shrinks until eventually it no longer exists. And because this happens gradually, it is harder to detect. No single moment, no clear event, just a steady decline. Meanwhile, the narrative remains positive. AI is framed as assistance, as augmentation, as support, and in many cases, it is. But assistance can become replacement, especially when it reduces the need for human involvement. And when that reduction improves profitability, it becomes permanent. This is not about good or bad, it is about incentives. Companies are not designed to preserve jobs, they are designed to maximize efficiency. And AI is the most powerful efficiency tool ever created. So it will be used extensively, relentlessly. Because not using it creates a disadvantage. If one company reduces costs using AI, competitors must follow or fall behind. This creates an industry-wide shift, not optional, inevitable. And in that shift, the workforce changes. Some roles evolve, some disappear, some are created, but not evenly and not instantly, which leaves a question. Who absorbs the cost of this transition? Not the companies, they benefit. Not the shareholders, they gain. The cost is absorbed by workers through job loss, wage pressure, uncertainty, reskilling demands. And unlike previous revolutions, this one affects knowledge work, the very roles once considered safe, which makes the impact harder to ignore. Because when machines can think, the definition of work changes, And when the definition of work changes, the structure of the economy shifts. Quietly, without headlines, without panic, until the effects become impossible to ignore. AI isn't coming for jobs. It's already here, not as a replacement, but as a calculation of cost, efficiency, profit. And in that calculation, every role is evaluated, not by potential, but by necessity. And when necessity disappears, so does the job. The question isn't whether AI will replace work. The question is, how much of your work is already replaceable?